It's your girl Tarteezy.
I'm Diamond.
And I'm Key.
And you are listening to Clownin with My Cousins podcast, where we have candid conversations on relationships, culture, and so much more.
You know, the kind of conversations you have with your favorite cousin.
So get ready to clown with my cousins.
All right. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
All right, so I got a question. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
How y'all feel about... Y'all, okay, say y'all been engaged or, you know, been doing your thing. Y'all about to go into a serious relationship, so you think. And it doesn't work out and he wants to take the ring back. Are you giving the ring back?
Nope. I'm not. Because you're not going to be an India giver to me. I don't give a damn what the circumstances was. This is my ring at this point. You gave it to me.
I mean, so for me,
I ain't gonna ask for his back.
He don't get a ring, do we?
Not till y'all get married.
Oh,
He don't get an engagement.
I mean, I've never been married.
Again, that's your masculine energy coming through. You want to give a nigga a ring. I'm sorry, he's not your woman. You're his.
I'm not getting on bended knee.
Period. So for me, I think that it depends on how things end, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like if this relationship caused me a lot of grief, agony, blah blah blah, and it didn't end so well, I'm gonna give the ring back because I don't want to hold on to that energy. Here, have it back. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to get rid of everything.
So it's like getting rid of it is like getting rid of everything.
Slate,
yeah.
Right?
But does that mean you're gonna get rid of that purse and that clothes and that dress?
It's very possible. I will probably get rid of everything because it's that energy. If you haven't noticed, a lot of women, when they go through hard relationships, they'll cut their hair off for a restart, right? Mm-hmm. Because a lot of things are linked to your hair. Mm-hmm. A lot of energies, a lot of different things. But if we ended on a great note and this man asked for the ring back, I would probably be like to myself, like, this is big petty, but at this point, I'm not going to go back and forth with you about a ring. Here you go. Right? But in the same sense, if he doesn't and we ended on good terms, I wouldn't.
Okay, Q, you said no, right? So what if you were the one that messed up and he broke it off? What if he was the one that messed up?
No, he's still not getting the ring back.
What if you were the one, even if you were the one that messed up too? Either way, you still not giving it back.
You gave me a ring.
So yours is all about once you give it to me is mine, and you can't come back and claim something that technically does not belong to you as mine.
Yeah,
correct?
This is probably why I have the issue in life of being able to take stuff from people because I'm always in a worry that you're gonna come back for it, and at that point, I have a problem. That's a trigger for me.
But I
get it.
But I see why you feel that way because of your mind frame. Just going back to the conversation about Ari and the land, and we were just like, you got to be able to protect your investments because although I gave it to you, this is a us thing, and you was just like, no, if I'm gonna give it to you, I'm just gonna give it to you, and that's just that. But in this sense, men do the same thing. Hey, I gave you that ring, and now we're not a thing, so I'm gonna need my shit back.
No, it ain't your shit. You gave it to me.
Yeah, but in their mind, it's that I gave it to you for us.
You did make a good comment in regards to if he's bickering and he has a whole life issue about the ring. We're not for straight piss test for this ring. Here you go. I'm not I'm not losing anything.
Well, at that point, so again, y'all have for those who don't know me, and I continue to say I'm. If you open the door, I'm gonna walk through that hole. So if you want to have a pissing match, bitch, I go pawn that bitch and tell you now go get it.
What
now I got my money out of it, and now you can go pay your money to get that bitch back.
Okay, before I state my opinion, what if it's a family ring?
I will give it back because at that point, I feel like that's sentimental value to you.
I wouldn't have accepted the family ring in the first place, and I know that might sound fucked up, but I feel like I don't know what baggage came with that ring.
So true. You don't know what energy is on that ring.
Give me a fresh start.
That's
Give
good.
me a new one.
That's good.
Fresh out of the
but
box.
that ring, once it is in your position,
we can hold it in our home.
It goes
as a sentimental value, but I want my own ring that I carry on my finger every day.
So you're gonna take that I'm gonna from him.
I get that.
What?
I get that.
If this man offered me his
there
mother's
could be
ring,
whole reasons of why he wanted you to have his mother's ring. That's got to be like the utmost.
Yes, but he
personal.
has his reasons. But at the end of the day, I don't have to succumb to his reasons.
I mean,
I have my reasons
that.
on why I don't want somebody else's ring. So then we have to be able to come to a compromise. And the compromise is getting my ass a new ring. That's it.
Okay, so what if they gave you their mother's ring and then upsized it, or they added to the ring? Would you be okay with that?
No.
What the hell was a compromise?
That I get my own ring.
We keep it in the
So
house.
we can keep it in the house.
The fuck?
I'm with you on that,
And at that point,
you don't
if
know
we
what
have
type
kids
of
or a daughter or a son, then you can pass it down to them, and then maybe one of their people.
Why would that be even y'all's worry about where the ring end being?
You don't know what type
it's the energy and things that come with it.
You don't know what type of relationship they had.
I'm not witchcraft. They might have been, and I don't want that
energy. Exactly.
All right,
that's real. But yeah, I'm if it was me, I'll give the ring back. I don't care, because I'm moving on. If you want to be that petty person and take the ring back, you can. That tells me right there that I picked the wrong man, because the type of man I'm looking for, not gonna care.
Well, not only just that, that's why I say it depends on how this comes off. So if you come to me and be like, hey, I know things didn't work out, can I get the ring back? Okay, cool. Like, I don't have no problem. But if you on some big petty shit, like, oh, you gonna give me my motherfucking ring? No, bitch, you're gonna go buy this bitch out, because I'm going to pawn this bitch and I'm gonna get some money out of it. Because now I'm about to show you that at this point, your heart was never in the right place with this in the first place. So now I'm understanding, and now you sitting up here trying to come at me off some shit that you were supposed to be giving out of the kindness of your heart to me. And it was all a controlling mechanism. And now that I know that that's what it is, I'm about to send your ass on a goose chase. I pawned that ring. I got the money. You want it? Go find it. Mm-hmm. Get that bitch out yourself. I didn't tell you couldn't have it. I told you go find it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. Somebody gave me a ring, and then I don't know. It was a while after I had already sold it. They was just like, "You still got that ring?" I said, "No,
bitch."
I sold it.
If you turn that around to the dude's aspect and says, "Okay, well,
we're not dudes."
Yeah, but there's not one sitting over there, so you're gonna take the damn position at this point.
We're not dudes. We're not dudes, and I can't sit up here and be like, "Oh, what would a mind frame of a nigga say?" Because I don't have that mind frame, right?
Bitch, we do have that mind frame.
Yeah,
technically a little bit, but in my mind,
we can answer the question. So what is it?
Okay.
So if you take it from his standpoint, and you went and sold his ring, I mean, what type of a woman do you feel like you come across to him? Were you in it, or were you after what you can get off of this ring?
And that's what he said too. He's like, "You just really didn't care," and I was like, "I really didn't, though." But I get it. I get what you're saying, because that's how he was. He was like, "Wow, you really just didn't care," but.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we put a lot of expectations on them.
But in my mind, as a man,
always look in the mirror and say the same thing.
So in your case, Tart, when this man came back time later to ask for this ring, what are you asking for it for? Are you trying to give this to another bitch? Is this a pass me down ring so you don't have to buy another one? Like, I'm confused, because you traveled all the way back some time later to come back and get a ring for what?
I think he was only asking about it to see, like,
what you did.
Yeah, if I cared enough to keep it as like a keepsake. Mm-hmm. So to me, that was the reason why I sold it, because I didn't want anything else to do with him. Is that a little
toxic though?
It's very toxic, and that's
because
why
in my mind, I still see that as controlling. Well, I'm gonna let you have it. That way I can pop back into your life, because now I know that you have something,
and that's why I let it go. That's why I sold it, because that's how I felt. I felt like it's something that he could always say, "Well, she still got the ring, so she still cared about me."
And even so, for me, like, I have a ring on now, right? So for me, if my situation currently did not work out because of everything that I've been through in all the years, I don't want to hold on to this. So I would give this back selflessly. Like, I would be like, here you go. Like, when we're done, we're done. And I don't want to be able to hold on to all of that. Yeah. And I don't know if y'all, so when I went through a breakup or a split or whatever, sitting in that home with all those memories drove me mad. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it drove me crazy. I can't. But... And I feel like looking at a sentimental thing or a place, like, you have to be able to move forward. And I don't believe, just for me per se, I can't do that if I'm constantly reminded of it when I see it.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be on your finger.
No, but in my mind, I know it's there compared to knowing that it's back in your possession.
Yeah, tripping. What's mine is mine. And
But what would be the purpose of you keeping it? But what would be the purpose of you keeping it? Like, would you wear this ring? What you gonna do with it?
That's what I'm saying.
If it was pretty enough, I'm pretty sure I would wear it. But if I didn't, let's say I got in another relationship, but I would still keep that ring as those are my memories. You don't get to come in and sabotage any of that. And regardless if those are good or bad memories, I still have them.
Okay, but why do memories have to be something that you have to physically have and not mentally? They're your memories.
But that doesn't make any sense. If I was to switch that and say, you know what, back in the day I had a high school sweetheart and we took these pictures and we had prom pictures and this and that, and I just decided that I burned them. I'm gonna burn them. But those are that's my life.
If you was smart at prom, you took pictures by yourself. I did.
Girl,
I took some by myself and with somebody, and I still have those pictures that I took with somebody.
And so, if you were to get evolve into a marriage, what do you do when your husband comes in and says, you know, these pictures gotta go? How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna say okay, and I'm gonna take them to my mama's house.
Okay.
I mean, technically, literally, she got rid of them.
Exactly. They not at the house.
They gotta go. They left. They gotta go. Okay, touche, bitch.
I'm just saying, like that. Now that's different.
What's the difference? The pictures, the ring, the clothes, the shoes, the hair. What?
Okay, I mean, so if you got into a relationship with a new man and he told you like that ring gotta go, what you gonna do? Take it to your mama house?
No, we're gonna communicate. I'm gonna
Girl,
let you know.
that relationship better be over.
Well, it is, because he's gonna think that you're trying to hold on to something that's
not there.
That's blocking y'all.
Yeah.
You're not trying to move forward.
Because now he's telling you that you're holding on to your past.
That you can't communicate with me with what it is that I'm telling you. If I'm telling you that I'm for you, I'm for you. This ain't no these are not
actions.
lies.
You can say as much as you want to say, I'm for you all day. But if your actions of carrying that ring from that last relationship,
if it
your
makes
actions
you feel
are
better,
conflicted.
I can remove them from our home. I can't put them in a place where they're never to be seen, or where you don't feel like I have full access. You want to put them? No, that's not true. But yeah, if I need to get rid of them so that they help with your peace of mind, I will do that in a sense, but not all the way.
I don't want. I feel like that's a conversation that I could avoid just by giving the ring back.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I've been told by the opposite sex of someone that I used to date that, you know, I got rid of all our pictures. I got rid of all this and that. You know, what was I supposed to keep it for? Because I am now married. So I mean, different people have different.
Yeah, because although they are your memories, it is a thought, and if you hold on to the sentimental values things and the physical things, it's more than just a thought. To me, I feel like it's more than just a thought. There's still a little something there, and it's more than just a memory.
If it was my man doing that, I would definitely feel like he's still holding on to something that he wished could have happened. Worked. Yeah, would have happened.
Or something that may have happened differently, or he's contemplating.
Or he might be comparing me to that person, or you know, anything like that.
Those are all assumptions, right? So, like, let's say.
Yeah, but in my mind, I validate those just by the things that you keep. I watch how you interact with them. In my mind, as a woman, I'm watching, so I'm. And very then when observant.
I see that person in public,
that's.
I'm be like, oh, this is the girl that you keep these pictures. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying what's going on. I'm not going to do anything, but I'm saying what'll be going on in my mind.
Still within self.
Yeah. So in that instance that you were using about, you know, this person saying that they got rid of these things, blah blah blah, because they're now married in this instance. But in my mind, if his spouse knew you and knows what you look like, every time that she sees you, that thought is always crossing her mind. It's always going to cross her mind. Only because at some point now, I know your situation. So, the nerve of that person. But at the end of the day, that's a decision that he made. And now he has to be able to answer and take everything that's going to come from her. Because that's who he's now married to. Because he did it in a fucked up way. In my opinion. Right? So, that's just something he got to deal with. But for me, I'm not in that. And I think that's why I wouldn't go into a situation like that.
So we're talking about kind of like petty stuff at this moment. But what if whoever you got in a relationship with, they petty? Held on to a ring, or we'll keep it at that, and whoever their spouse was, they're deceased. Okay? And you come in saying, I don't feel comfortable with this because this is in the past and this and that, not knowing their history or knowing the reasons why they do the things that they do. I think that's different
because being deceased, they didn't have a choice in the matter, right? Yeah. So I expect them to still love that previous spouse because and wonder what if. But when you're in a when you and a significant other split and they're still living, that's different.
They can't go back to the dead.
So then let's not be dead. Let's say you were in a relationship and whoever you were with saved your life one time. Okay?
And if it didn't work, it didn't work. Because at this point, like she said, you
still holding on. And you want to keep the ring because you saved my life.
You're holding the ring.
It could be an item that you held on to in that instance. What if it was, I don't know, a shirt, a towel? I don't know.
Because if it's holding that much sentimental value in your life, then you, like she said last episode, you're not making room. You're not making the adequate amount of room and space in your life for me to be there fully because you're still holding on to that. It's different with deceased because, like she said, they're not coming back, and I can't hold you and tell you how to grieve that a dead person, a dead spouse, because you were in love with them, and if they were still living, me and you probably wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. You would be with your spouse.
True.
But with this person who's living, no, you're holding on to that little glimpse of your glimmer, and for what? Let that bitch go. Either you're with me and you're fully happy, or at this point you have a little hope factor. And for what? Because if you have a little hope factor, then you're not leaving room for me.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Okay, so what if you with somebody and they offer you a recycled ring?
Hell no. I don't take recycled rings. I'm not a recycled bitch.
What about you?
You know, I'm open to any.
What if you? Let's just ignore what she said.
There has to be a story behind this recycle ring.
No, I don't need a story.
You can't go and say I went and asked Susie to marry me. She said no, so here you go, Kiki. No. Here's a ring. No, you can't do that.
I'm gonna tell you. When you say there has to be a story, one thing that I will stick by 100% is what my daddy said: do not entertain that man with sad stories because he ain't coming but to fuck shit up in your life.
Ooh, that's good. Okay,
So keep your story and your recycle ring and move the fuck around.
What if you didn't know it was recycled and you found out later? You gonna make them replace it?
Hell yeah. You get to play me like that.
Are you ending the relationship?
And that's possible for ending a relationship.
Terms.
A ring. Because you didn't put enough thought into me to see the beauty in me to go out and to get a ring that was just as beautiful as I was. You used the ring that you used for somebody else that was recycled, and I'm not recycled. This is all boom bam bam. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like this is all what it is.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm
organic right here.
I'm not taking the recycled ring.
You're not gonna give me some recycled shit, and I'm organic.
I'll take the recycled ring as just like a I love you gift, but engagement, you gonna get me my own ring.
I don't even want it. So I mean, so check this out. So y'all know how y'all said. So we talked about how would you give the ring back, right? But in my mind, for me, if you're recycling a ring, why the fuck do you have this ring back? Why didn't you let this woman keep this ring?
To give it away to somebody else.
Exactly. For what kind of shiesty shit is that? That lets me know the kind of man that you are, though, right?
So when you say recycle, are you saying
what if you don't
automatically
know?
For another woman, or recycle as in it could have been your mom's, your grandma's?
I'm talking about right. I'm talking about he asked somebody and that person said or it didn't work out. So he saved it.
But if I don't know, then you don't know.
Yeah, even though I don't know, I need you to know. But what if men to know? Don't do that.
What if you find out though? Because I'm pretty sure you're not gonna know at first. He's not gonna say, "Hey, me and Susie didn't work out, so I kept the ring."
So depending on so I want to go.
But what if you like go around the family and they're like, "Oh, that's the same ring that he gave."
Yeah, because you know people is messy.
You already know it, especially family.
So that's what I was gonna say too. It depends on when I find out. So when you said what if you found out, and I was like, "No, I'm out." But it depends. So if we married and we down 15 years and then somebody be like, ain't that the ring he got Ashley? Who the fuck is Ashley? Right?
15 years.
So now at this point, not only do we have, okay? Shit come out. You know, ain't no time limit. But bitch, at that point in time,
we whole had a wedding.
I'm not gonna throw my marriage away over a ring.
Let it go yet.
Listen to this shit, psycho. But I'm not gonna throw my marriage away over a ring. Yes, I'm gonna ask you and require that you get me a new ring because this is unacceptable. Now that I know the history of this ring, I don't give a fuck. Right? But I'm not gonna throw my marriage away over a ring, over some material, because our marriage is more than that.
Right.
But I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh yeah.
And that door you don't even have open. I'm gonna knock that bitch down. And I'm gonna demand in the ring. And if you feel like I'm asking for too much, then we might be on the brinks of divorce.
Oh, that is great. Oh, that's funny. But I mean, I feel you because 15 years. A year is too long. I need to know.
Yeah.
I need to find out before then.
Yeah, if we're just engaged, I would really be weighing my pros and cons. Like, do you want to get into a relationship where a man basically recycles some shit to you? Like, what else would he recycle to you? Like, a lot of things I would be contemplating.
Yeah,
I mean, it's bad. I already get recycled dick, unfortunately.
I was about to say, I mean, there's a lot of things that you're getting recycled over.
That one there is a given. We know that those are going to be recycled, bitch. But guess what? I'm giving you recycled as well. So at this point, it's a fair exchange.
That's a fair trade. That's a fair trade.
We know what we're getting into with this at this point, right?
But I ain't giving you no recycle ring.
Yeah.
So when I give you your ring, it ain't recycled.
And I put my heart and my everything in it. I went for a ring that spoke to everything that I feel like you are. Mm-hmm. And
then you come give me Susie's ring.
And I ain't fucking Susie. So we got a motherfucking problem. The fuck? But I mean,
my thing is, if y'all have kids together, give it to your daughter.
Yeah.
You know, why are you giving it to me?
To have Susie's ring.
No. I'm talking about him. Like if him and her, they got kids together, they didn't work out. He took the ring back. Yeah, why are you giving it to the next? Right, give it to your daughter. Like, okay, me and your mom didn't work out, but I want to give you this. I don't think
people understand that. Like, if you want to stay in your family, I understand. Like, you be like, oh yeah, I want to give this ring. And if all you have is sons, then I can understand, you know, the sacrifice. But if I have a son and a daughter, I'm going to give it to my daughter because then I know it's still in the family. Mm-hmm. Right? I'm going to give it to my daughter because I know it's still in the family. With my son, if you and this woman don't work out and she's petty and she decided she want to keep the ring, that's my mama ring. That's your grandmama ring. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and I don't think at that time the people that you give it to understand that. And that's another reason why I would be like, nah, I don't want to be able to, for somebody to propose and be like, oh yeah, here's my grandma ring. Nah, baby, because we don't know what the future holds. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's more family and heirlooms to me.
Yeah. True.
So, and I understand that you're trying to bring me into your family, but we're not blood related. You know what I'm saying? So if something happens, then that's, you know what I'm saying? And I understand life happens, but still, I wouldn't want that on me. Mm-hmm. But I will say that when, not if, but when I get married, okay, and I die, if y'all are living, make sure my ring is on my finger because I don't want that bitch passed down to nobody. Because I love everybody to death and I love how I can come into spaces, but baby, this energy that I got, people don't need that every day. They don't need that. And I'm working on it. I'm working on it daily. But baby, they gonna be the bitch who be like, I'm coming through the goddamn door.
That's why I won't take nobody's recycle ring. I don't know what kind of person or
be battling demons and sleeping weird and nightmares and don't know what's happening, losing her and all of that, baby.
Changing your personality, changing all because you putting on that ring. Girl. Baby, no. I ain't with it.
I don't want it.
It better be a small ring, because if I'm at the service, I'm taking that bitch off your finger and say, bitch, I got you.
And I'm going to be in your corner in your room every night. Lord, grant me this one wish. This bitch gonna want to go dig me up and put my ring back on. That's it. Hey, You thought you was gonna get some sleep, but I know that bitch like sleep. Not tonight. I'm throwing shit all on the floor. Bitch, get your ass up.
She gonna be hurrying up trying to put that ring back in your casket.
Look, y'all, the dirt's still fresh. Come on, nigga. Nigga ass up this bitch. Fucking with my sleep. Dig up right now.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of the Clownin with My Cousins podcast.
Make sure you check us out on all of our social media platforms.
Got something you want to discuss? Hit us up in the DM.
Bye. Bye.